Hopefully.
Yes, there we are.
Hey, do we need to push the microphone button there or no?
No,
Or is that all right?
see, look.
Okay. Okay, can you, if anybody's on here watching us right now, can you make a comment saying if you can hear us or not?
Nobody's watching it. So we'll wait. We'll wait until at least one person shows up. I'll
just a little bit.
I'll text Abby. I don't know if we should have that light on back there or not.
Let me turn it off. Let me turn it off.
I think it's Abby. Abby, if that's you, can you comment in the section below?
Does that help? Or does it not help?
It kind of. It's Abby. Bye. Okay, well, bye, I guess, because it doesn't show that you're in here anymore. Can we maybe? No, it wouldn't work. Can we turn on that?
Turn on what?
The thing behind there?
It's not on. You have to have Chase is supposed to have the remote for it.
Oh, that's right.
Well, what time did you have it for?
We're live now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying to tell everybody, did it change the time or anything?
No, because if you can set it for a certain time. If you
gaming is on.
That's Abby.
Oh, okay. Abby, are you still on?
We have 2 people watching you. So hi, viewers.
Can you guys just let us know then by, I think Abby or Red Rose Gaming, can you hear us okay?
Red Rose Gaming is Abby.
Yeah, can you hear us okay?
Yeah. Can you put in the comment section if you could hear us? Because we don't want to be talking to nothing.
Yeah, we just want to know that you can hear if we sound okay. Can you do that, please? Please.
Talk to us.
We're sorry we're late for coming on. We were supposed to be on at 9 o'clock, but we were kind of having trouble. YouTube kind of did not want to let us on there for a couple minutes. Hi, Linda. Linda, can you hear us all right?
Yeah, we just want to make sure that our microphone is like okay-ish because we don't really have a microphone, so we're using the one that's built into the computer.
That's what I was wondering if we needed to turn the mic on there.
No,
No.
Look, you see that little thing there? Every time
I don't know. I'm not tech savvy, so
every time that we speak,
okay, I can. Yeah, okay, I see it fluctuating. So I can hear you guys. Chat is slow mode, so can't reply right. Okay.
Oh, that's right. I did do that. Can I change that, perhaps? Oh, wait, edit.
I'll be back on just a second.
No, we're still here. It's
Okay.
just I don't just
Right there, yeah.
there we go. Now you should be able to type.
Okay, does that help? Linda and Abby, does that help at all?
And new person.
Hey, welcome. Good. Okay, hey everyone. We're here tonight. We're not sure how well this is going to go over because we haven't done a live before, but we mainly wanted to come on and cover a couple things and that. Gabriella, you want to start or do you want me to? You know where we're going with it.
You can start now.
Okay, one of the big reasons why we wanted to do a live tonight is some of the subscribers that we got came from Bad to the Bones channel and from G Team Paranormal and from PDX Paranormal. They are definitely helping trying to subscribe, get us subscribers.
Hold on 1 second, Mom. We'll get into that in just a little bit. We're right now we're on here to thank some people, and
yeah, we'll get right to your questions
we'll
here in
get
just
to
a
the
few
Cody
minutes.
Satori thing in like
Yeah,
a little bit.
we'll get to you, we promise. But we wanted to do a shout out to those three ladies, Angelina from Bad to the Bone Paranormal, Emmy from PDX, and Patty from G Team Paranormal. We love you, ladies. Um, we know that you're trying to help us boost our subscribers and our views, and from the bottom of our hearts, we cannot thank you. And it's not only that you're trying to help us here on our Real Talk channel, you're also giving us kudos and big thumbs up and trying to help people with our Lurking Spirits channel. So we wanted to do a big shout out for that first. You ladies are phenomenal, and we appreciate all that you're doing. And we're going to touch base with you a little bit more a little bit later. But let's touch. Is it Alika? We're hoping we pronounce your name right. If we don't, we're sorry.
It might be a Leica.
Alika or Alika, whichever.
We're sorry if we
Yeah,
pronounced your name
we,
wrong.
we don't want to botch your name, but do we believe in Cody and Satori?
Thank you, Linda.
Yeah, Linda, thank you. You're awesome. Gabriella, go ahead and you go first on that one.
Okay, so when Cody and Satori first started out, when they first said that they had this gift and everything, we were like, oh my gosh, this is pretty cool. Nobody has ever come out like this, well, as far as we knew, until we found out about the Fox sisters. We were like, this is so cool. Nobody's ever actually had this kind of gift before. Well, then I started noticing things, and I started talking to Mom about it. I was like, I don't know, they're kind of doing some very sketchy things. And so we started talking about it, and we were like, you know what? Maybe we should start a YouTube channel and have like a discussion on Cody and Satori and just all things that are like real, like all the things that people are scared to talk about, whether that's like UFOs, aliens, like all these different topics that people are scared to talk about. And we're paranormal investigators, so we were like, we need to start getting on this Cody and Satori topic like right now. So, to answer your question, because I kind of went off board a little bit, no, we do not believe in them anymore.
And it's not like we're trying to diss them or anything like that. If they are legit, then prove it. Like go and meet up with Kenny Biddle. Have cameras all around. Have people around you that don't know you. Have somebody watching you closely. Your feet. We found out there was a recent video we watched. We're pretty positive that they're doing wrist clicking. Gabriella can do the same thing. Right there you go.
Hear that or not?
Many of you probably know we just attended my daughter's wedding, which was phenomenal. Another live will show you wedding pictures. I can do this thing with my foot on the floor that sounds almost exactly like what Cody and Satori did. So, Linda, do you think the truth will ever come out? I sure hope so, Linda. And the reason it's not so much even for their sake. I mean, I'd like to see them either be made credible or as fakes. I think it's more for the paranormal community itself. I hope that something happens one way or another, because we as private investigators, we take our job seriously. We love what we're doing. We debunk our own stuff. We try to prove to our audience what we're doing. If we think that okay, this could be something, or, no, we have to dismiss it and toss it out the door. So not so much for them, because they've already got fame, but for the whole paranormal community in general, we need answers, because it kind of makes everybody and their brother now is coming out as debunkers. So we're relatively new, so right away people are going to be pulling up our videos saying, oh, they're full of shit. They're no good. They don't know what they're talking. We can't have that, because we take what we do seriously. So I hope that answers your question, Gabriella.
And to me, I think that the truth will only come out if her family gets involved, or her friends come forward and say, hey, we know that you guys are faking, or hey, we know for 100% fact that this is not fake. I think that's the only way for it to come out.
And Gabriella and I have talked about it too. We have the utmost respect for Jason Hawes. Well, we kind of lost some because he has been also behind dissing Angelina, and she doesn't deserve that. She just wants answers just like everybody else. And so does Emmy, and so does Patty, so do countless others. The dissing, I understand if you love your children. I love my children with all my heart. But there's a time when you have to cross that bridge and say, hey, I love my children, but if what they are doing is deceiving the whole paranormal community, then it's time that Jason, as a father, should go to Cody and Satori and say, hey, it's time for you to let the cat out of the bag. Satori still has a chance to redeem herself. Cody, at this point, I don't know, because he's been doing this crap for years and years and years and years, even before he met the TAPS team. So we're hoping something happens, and I think this is where Daddy needs to step in and say, okay, enough is enough. You're not only hurting your reputation, but you're hurting mine somewhat too.
He kind of has, but he's sticking up for her. He's like, this is my daughter we're talking about. Stop with the threats.
Alika, have you watched Ghost Theory? They do a lot of crazy investigations, which they try to debunk later on. It's the most honest approach I've seen. We have not watched that. Maybe we'll catch it tonight. Thank you for giving us that so that we can watch it. See, that's what we kind of do too. When we go on an investigation of our own, if we think we caught something while we're investigating, if we can't debunk it there, when we go home and we review and edit our material, we try to debunk it when we're doing the editing process. And I think any good paranormal investigator, that's what their job is. That's what their duty is to the community. So this Ghost Theory, Gabrielle is bringing it up. We will definitely watch that.
Thumbnails look pretty cool.
Yeah, we will catch that. We appreciate you telling us about them. We'll probably catch them. If not tonight, we'll watch a bunch of them tomorrow. And next live that we do, we can let you know what we think of it. But thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate that. Are there any other questions anybody wants to ask that's on here?
Welcome, new viewers. It says, are paranormal investigators debunkers? Now, I don't think that all are, but to be a paranormal investigator, you kind of have to be a debunker also. I know that we, like Mom just said, every single time that we go on an investigation, if something weird happens that we feel like we can't explain, we kind of just brush it off as something. We try to explain. Wow, I can't speak today. We try to figure out what happened first, and then if we can't explain what we saw or what happened, then we will kind of debunk it and say, well, it could have been this, or it was most likely this. So, to answer your question, I don't think that they are, but I feel like
they should be.
They should be.
Yeah. And to carry on that, what I just said, thank you.
Thank you.
I think, there's different ranks of paranormal investigators, and to be a really good paranormal investigator, you have to be able to investigate, see what you're catching, and automatically say, hey, this is contaminated, because it could be somebody talking in the background, or the wind blew outside and it made a branch scratch against the window. I think in order to be a good paranormal investigator, you have to be able to debunk all that stuff at the time you're investigating, and also once you're doing your editing. I just think that comes with the territory, because no matter how good of an investigator you are, you're always going to have somebody out there, even though you caught is questionable, that could actually be something paranormal. Somebody's going to come out and say, hey, you're full of shit. And so
this is what I'm saying, though. Like, if you pretend this is on a stand, okay, and then behind the camera you can't see if something knocks it over. You have to kind of debunk it, thinking, if somebody's near it, you have to be like, oh my gosh, well, that was probably just one of us. if there's nothing by it and you have proof, you can like move the camera over to it and prove that you were not the one that knocked it over, then you can say that it was something paranormal because that's unexplained. So, again, I really think that paranormal investigators should be debunkers, but I know that there's a lot out there that don't claim to be debunkers. They're just paranormal investigators.
And we've actually caught stuff during our investigations that we think was paranormal or we couldn't explain, but we kind of threw it out the window just because there was not a camera focusing. The only one that we didn't in our last one, we literally with our own eyes saw a cat ball roll. It didn't roll like, here's a ball. It didn't roll forward or backward in the doorway. It rolled about 2 inches to the side. Now, if it was a normal ball roll, it should have rolled front or back. It shouldn't have rolled to the side, but we watched it. It was on. Even the lady that was there, she said the carpeting, it's impossible for anything to move on that carpeting. And the ball was there. We were talking for about 10 minutes and we happened to look over and the cat ball's rolling on its own. So the only problem we had is if you watch that video is there was a chair, the back of a chair was there. We left it in just because of our reaction, but somebody could say, hey, you guys are full of shit.
And also after that, I'm sorry, we'll get to your question in a minute, Linda. And right after the ball moved, me and the owner, I don't know if does she want her name out there?
I don't think she'll mind.
Okay, me and the owner, Beverly, we looked down because we heard a little boy giggle. So my theory is that when something went off in the room, the kid bumped into it, like either knocked it or tripped over it or something. And then being a little mischievous boy that he might have been, because there are claims of little children in that place, that he walked in there, tripped over it, and then was like, oh crap, and then ran back down the stairs and giggled like, he guess I tripped over it. They'll never know.
Hey, Linda, you said, what about Julie's claim from Cody Satori videos that you can't debunk a video? Yeah, I don't like being mean. I don't like being rude because that's just not us. But I'm going to just come out and say it. She's full of shit. First of all, she's telling you cannot debunk videos. You can't debunk videos from a video. But they're showing the whole audience a video of them debunking on a video.
Yeah.
So
her comment makes no sense because Jason Hawes posted that video of Cody and Satori not faking it in the barn attic thing, and then Jules is like, oh, you can't debunk a video. Well, then why did Jason post a video of him trying to debunk Cody and Satori? If you
that's a video. That's a video. She was showing everyone that video as proof that they're legit. The other thing is when you're a paranormal investigator, there's steps. You go into the place, you use your camera, you do your investigation, you catch what you can live on camera. Well, not necessarily. Well, it is live because you're there. You catch what you can on camera. You automatically, at that point, say, yes, this is legit, or you debunk it. That's automatic. The second part of being a good paranormal investigator is you get all that footage that you have, you take it back home, and you have those hours of editing that you got it through. And part of the editing is watching those videos to see if you can debunk some of the stuff that you thought might have been legit, or say, hey, yeah, wait a minute, there's, we were here, that shadow was there, this was there. We don't have an explanation, so we're going to put that in our video. So I hope that helps answer that question for you, Linda.
Did you see the lighting there?
I did. But if our thing goes out to, we're expecting really bad storms again tonight. We had some last night and the night before. I guess like a little mini tornado touched by not too far from us, like it was just like an F1 or something like that. So if we have some interference in that, we do have a storm coming over the horizon. So, is there any more questions that you want to ask us?
Yeah, that was weird. Did anybody else see that, or was that just on our end? Because it's like it glowed.
We are so happy that you're all coming on here and asking us questions. You're welcome, Linda. One of the other reasons why we came on, we were talking about the three ladies, which Linda, you're well aware of her, Angelina and Patty and Emmy. Big shout out to all you ladies. If you're watching by chance, we don't like the bad rap and focus. Like they seem to be targeted for stupid shit. Like as we know, and Angelina, as you know, she's being targeted by the Haws. She's already had the police called on her, and she's dealing with that. And she's not doing anything. 1,000 other debunkers and people are questioning. So I don't know why they're focusing on her. And then we just recently found out that like Patty and Emmy's being targeted from some women, and that's for a bunch of stupid bullshit. And when you're focusing on Patty and her dead son, I'm sorry, that's very, very low. I don't, if you're watching our channel at all and you're trying to sneak here to see what, you're a piece of shit for doing that to her. That's wrong. And we do not tolerate targeting people like that that are just doing the job that they love. Hi, Mel. Welcome. Yay. What will your next investigation be?
Yeah, Linda said that.
Go ahead.
So it was actually supposed to be another home investigation, but with everything going on, my sister just had a wedding, I just had a birthday, we had my grandparents down, it was hectic. With that happening and her daughter being sick and everything, we have to postpone it to whenever she gets back to us to do it. So it should be, unless we get a call from another place, it should be a another private home investigation.
Actually, on the 18th, the place where my daughter Abby and her husband got married is an old church. And they turned it into a community hall. Beautiful place. We are supposed to be investigating that place on the 18th. So,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
and then we're just waiting for the live home investigation. So we'll see.
Reverse that and reverse it.
Mal, yeah, I thank you for saying that. We send prayers out to them too, and that the stuff with Patty and Emmy and Angelina, especially Patty and Emmy right now, are going through some horrible shit that I don't care. I don't care how mad you get at somebody. You want to bash somebody, then do it in a private message or something, and take it one-on-one. But to bash on a person's channel when they're doing what they're very passionate about, and then bringing up stuff like they're bringing up is just like, are they even humans? Do they have an ounce of human decency in them to be doing that shit? Because that's just horrible to do to anybody. I agree, but it's I agree with you, Mel. It's not right. Ever since that we've been reading and hearing about that, it's been stressing us out. And
I'm going to this. I'm gonna call her bitch. The bitch's YouTube channel, and she's just nonstop posting. She's not stopping. She keeps on dragging all these people, and the worst part about it is that she creates a YouTube channel, gets taken down. Creates another one, does the exact same thing, gets it taken down. She just keeps on creating these new channels every single time, like she's expecting them to stay up. But everybody reports them and they get taken down. So, like, what is even the point of continuing?
Yeah, I don't understand it. And I don't even know, to be honest with you, what started this, if they just out of the blue started watching these ladies and said, hey, they're full of shit and, we're going to start trouble and just go on and on and on. But come on, get a life, ladies. Get a life and stop doing this shit. You have your own channel. If you think that's the way to get views and likes and subscribers, then there's this there's a place in hell for you. I'm sorry, that's how I feel about it.
Thank you, Mel. We try to stay out of the drama, but when it comes and personally attacks our good friends and people that we're associated with, it affects us too. And we got to speak up. I haven't said who it is. So they can't come at me.
Names, yeah.
They can't come at us and say, "Oh my God, I'm talking about." No, how do you know? I didn't say your name.
Yeah,
you have no proof.
It doesn't matter though. Let them come at us too. Gabriella and I were tough cookies. A lot of people, we have some self-esteem problems. That's kind of why we started the channel to begin with, because it helps us try to get over our self-esteem problems. And just from the short time that we've had this channel, we've grown some kahunas.
It's really brought out our...
And I'm telling you what, we have low tolerance for shit. And if you target our family, if you target our friends, if you target us, we're going to call you out. It's just, you don't do that kind. I mean, there's plenty of viewing room on YouTube. Do your own thing, your own channel. Leave these people alone.
If you ever had a mom, she would tell you, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Follow that advice. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do.
You're correct, Mel. It does, social media does harbor haters, and it's just terrible because it seems like even when they try to put a cap on it to stop people from, they're able to go and they'll go under a new name, or they'll just keep on coming back, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And
I think the thing is too, you don't even have to post anything negative. You could just post like I'm gonna bring up the dress, like a year, actually 15 years ago. I think it's supposed to be blue and gold, but people are saying it's gold and
silver.
No, it's black and gold, or whatever color they said it is. They posted a freaking dress, and then people in the comment section has come out of nowhere, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're so stupid! You must be blind because I see this." And then somebody else is like, "No, I see this," and it just starts a whole big old fight for no reason. Social media really does tend to label all the haters.
And targeting people for how they investigate and stuff and that too. Like I say on Angelina, she had, was it the side-eye guy? Is that who they were targeting?
Who?
On Angelina's side-eye guy. That's who they were targeting, right? And he only had 2 investigations. Am I wrong about that?
That one guy was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like on Angelina's channel, they had, that guy was targeting the side-eye guy. He only had 2 investigations under his belt. We watched him, he I don't know why he was being targeted. And he asked questions that you're supposed to ask. He did have equipment. And actually, in some of the best investigations you can do is just with basic equipment. You don't need fancy equipment to do a very good investigation.
They definitely do, Abby. And
Abby says people need to learn to be nicer in this world and stay out of others' business. Hating for no reason is so pointless. Abby, I raised you well. I love you. You are smart, and you're 100% correct.
Mel said, I've had my wars with said people and it would affect my health. So I said, no, I'm just going to stay out of it. I'll help if I can, though.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mel. But I did notice when you were on with Angelina the other day, they were targeting Spitfire the Dragon. They were targeting him too, and it was like I don't know what the newest thing now with Spitfire the Dragon is. All of a sudden they're coming out. Just I don't know if he said something that got him all wired up, or it's just bold. It's crazy. I don't understand what's going on, but I think it needs to stop. And if people would just mind their own business, like Abby just said on the Red Rose Gaming, by the way, it's my daughter Abby. Um, then it went, it wouldn't go in the direction that it is now. Like I said, there's plenty of room on YouTube. Do your own channel. For us, we don't care if we get one view. We don't care if we get a million views. We just appreciate our fan base that we do have and the people that are endorsing us and saying, hey, subscribe to these ladies because we like them.
I guess they said cruel things to him. It's essentially guilt by association, for the lack of a better term.
Well, then I guess we'll probably be targeting them too if they happen to tune in.
I mean, if they do, they have no proof that we were even talking about them. So, guilty.
But it's not like we're just trying to focus on them. We're talking in general, anybody. It's the same as goes as if you're making fun of somebody because of their weight, their look, the way they talk. If you watch a couple of our videos on here, I was having problems with my eyes, so I'm doing this crazy thing with my eyes. If they made fun of me for that, my voice has been hoarse lately, so they make fun about that. It's just you're right. They're gonna start shit with you no matter what, and it doesn't matter how nice you are and how honest you are. Some people are just out. I think that they wake up in the morning and the first thing out of their mouth is like, "Who am I going to start shit with today?"
He's doing.
He's bad.
He's being goofy down there.
The kitties down there acting cool.
Yes.
Go ahead and read it.
Mel said they're just attention seekers, and if they don't get the attention, they go to the next person then the next. They're just nuts.
I agree. We both agree. Yeah, they it's like I just said, I think they wake up in the morning and say, well, who are we going to target today and how juicy can we make it? And really honestly, I think it's for views. So the best thing people can do is totally ignore them and not even pay attention to their channel when they start losing subscribers and boo-hoo. That's how it goes.
Linda said you were both wonderful example of good people on YouTube.
Thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. We created this account to spread kindness and to spread positivity and to spread realness. We're not here for any of that fake shit. We're really not.
No, thank you. I really appreciate that. I don't know if he was talking me, Gabriella, but whichever one, but thank you so much. We appreciate that. Yes, Mel, are you ladies up north? We're from Pennsylvania. Where we really want to go to the Pennhurst investigation, but right now, since we're so new yet, we don't have the funding to go places that we want to. We have a little possible surprise thing that we're working on that could be a big help for not only us here, but especially for our Lurking Spirits team, because we want to be able to do some really fantastic investigations and have that put out for all you as well.
So we're hoping for the best.
Abby, sadly, toxic people attached to drama, they attach to healthy and good people in order to destroy them so they can look bigger when in fact they are small and selfish. You hit the nail right on the head, Abby. That's 100% correct. I don't think they have anything better in life to do other than being dramatic like that.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Mel. She said, you both have soothing voices in my honest opinion. My wife, Rebecca's realm, went to school in Pennsylvania and grew up in Jersey.
Oh, wow. Where at in Pennsylvania, Mel?
See, we're from Pennsylvania, but we moved to South Carolina for, 10 years?
Almost 10 years, yep.
It would almost be 10 years. So I graduated in South Carolina, and we're not moving back there, I'll tell you that much. So we moved back here, and I really wish I was able to graduate. I did, though, when we were living here before. I went to Wimber High School.
Yeah, we're about an hour and a half away from the Pittsburgh area. We all have bad memories now. She goes, it was Notre Dame Catholic school. That's all I remember her telling me. My memory is terrible. I'm not sure where Notre Dame Catholic is. Eastern Pennsylvania, okay? We're more like mid-central, I think. Isn't that right, Eric? Mid-central? PA?
He might have his headphones
He
on.
probably has his headphones. We're like I said, only about an hour and a half away from Pittsburgh. I don't know if there's any other place that would be. We're probably about 4 hours or 4.5 hours away from Eastern State. About 4 hours away from Penhurst, I think. So
I think so, yeah.
Crescent Sanatorium is very close to us. If you watch any videos on the Crescent Sanatorium in prison, which is not open right now, they're having some property dispute with the land, I guess, because they want to start paranormal investigations there. Again, we're trying to seek that one out, but we have to wait till the land dispute is settled. But we're probably only maybe a half an hour or so away from the Crescent Sanatorium.
Mhm.
What's the weather like in Florida, Mel?
Because right here it's raining. And tornado warnings and everything else.
Yeah. Because you're probably getting hit with some crazy weather too, because I know South has been getting their share. Oh, you're roasting? Yeah. I remember when we went down there. It is more potentially haunted there. What, Linda, do you mean in Crescent or where?
Is it more?
Oh, is it more? Crescent is a very, very, very haunted location. Matter of fact, it comprises of several buildings, and there's tunnels that goes underground through that connects the whole every section of the prison and the sanatorium all together. So you would almost have to have at least a couple good days there to investigate, to get a really good investigation done.
Florida is as hot as Hades. Yeah, it's probably going from north to south, so.
Well, I know some of my friends in South Carolina, Donna and them, they were saying that they were expecting to lose power. So they're getting their rain and stuff.
Wasn't it raining and like tornadoes and everything in that Nebraska?
Yes, yes. They were getting a lot of it there in Oklahoma and stuff like that.
So I think it's going from our way down.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't hear it on our computer here, but outside right now it's raining pretty hard. We're supposed to have the winds picking up, and we might end up getting a tornado watch again tonight.
Yeah, I think it's El Nino, one of them.
Yeah.
That's going crazy this year.
Hi, Willa.
Hi, Willas.
Willa's in the house. Mel, yeah, that's what I was reading too, that hurricane season, it came kind of early this year. Right now, some people are getting impacted by the hurricanes and tornadoes and that pretty heavily. So just you're in Florida, watch out. We will have our thoughts and prayers your way there for safe conditions up for the weather and that down that way.
Now, we would have loved to go to Penhurst, but unfortunately, we don't have the funds to travel at the moment.
I think Angelina would have liked to have us there, but we just have no way of getting there. And unfortunately, the sad thing for us is that I heard that they're tearing that building down. So we might not get a chance, but we will make sure we tune in and make sure whoever's there. It's an opportunity that was kind of like on our bucket list.
We would have absolutely loved to.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. Unless it's the last moment thing and she's like, hey, guess what? Team members can come bring you. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Linda, you can have our rain. You say, come on, rain. We need it down here. The past couple days, we've had rain galore. And from the long-term forecast, what we've seen or what we've heard, they're calling for probably rain for the rest of the month. So
We will definitely be looking forward to that, Willa.
Yeah, I wanted to be there so bad.
We will definitely watch all of the Penhurst things because we've wanted to go to Penhurst for years.
Yeah, we'll definitely watch your video, Willa, and I can't believe that you came on here. You guys are phenomenal, and we really appreciate. Like I said earlier, we don't care if we have one view, we don't care if we have a million. Every person that's tuning in here to watch is.
Well,
it's very hard.
That's gotta be exciting.
Oh,
That's gonna be very exciting.
I hope you catch some really good stuff, Willa. Easton. Okay, I'm not sure if Gabriella knows where Easton at. Easton, there used to be Easton Kodak. That's where they used to make the old Kodak cameras. Big city in PA. We're probably, I'm thinking about 4 or 5 hours away from Easton.
Yeah, I think there was a place I tried to search up. I think it was a little. Actually, you know what? I think it was that Scouts Troop campsite. I think that was in Easton. I searched it, but I'm pretty sure you're right.
Probably. Willa, yeah, we hope you catch a lot of good stuff. What kind of equipment are you going to have? Are you going to just use cameras, or are you going to use REM pods? Like, you're going to do the Estes method? What all you going to do? It is near Allentown, Mel, and oh, don't even get me started on Gettysburg, Mel. My oldest daughter just went to Gettysburg not too long ago, and she's not a paranormal investigator, but she got a couple pictures that you can definitely were soldiers that was in the woods, and she got this butt kicking EVP on her cell phone of some soldiers that was up on top of Culp Hill. I think that's what it was, up on top of the battlefield.
Okay.
Wow, that's not bad. An hour and a half. Wow. So you're Pennsylvania then too? Or are you out of state, close to Pennsylvania, but only an hour and a half away? I got new camera, new detector, and yes, want to do that. Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Oh, that's gonna be cool. Estes method, though, at least for us, we always have to be careful because I don't know if many other people, when they go into the Estes method, they kind of like completely clear their mind and whatever comes through, but you also kind of feel like whatever is speaking through you, if that makes any sense.
Hi, Douglas. Welcome to the chat.
Hello, Douglas.
Centralia is 5 minutes away from you. Have you been to Centralia, Willa? That's on my bucket list.
What?
Centralia, Willa's Paranormal. How was it?
Oh, wow.
Because we just watched a documentary on it a couple days ago, because like I said, that's on my bucket list, and they're saying that you have to be really careful in some areas of it because of the underground mines still burning, that a sinkhole could happen just out of the blue. And I guess a couple years ago, a young boy, I think 12 or 16 or something like that, was walking, and it just opened up, and he got killed from it. The one cemetery went to their had an energy field. Oh, I'm sure that place is probably so phenomenal. I guess that's where they got the inspiration for Silent Hill movies. We also want to go, we're not too far from Derry, where Stephen King got the inspiration for the movie It.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Nice. Did you spend a lot of time there, Willa?
Me too, Mel.
Oh, that's so cool. See, that's what we regret. We want to be able to go to some of these really cool places, but it's just we just bought this house here last year in June, and right now we just don't have the finances. We're hoping maybe sometime in the future that we can get where we can set up where we can get some of these better places. You only like horror a tiny bit, huh? Uh-huh.
Same now.
It's like, it's just a tad, just a tiny bit.
I think my brother would know more about the Silent Hill video games. I like playing them and I like watching the movies, but I never knew that they actually took place in Centralia. So that's a little fun fact of the day.
I can't jump in on that one because I'm an old geezer. I don't play those video games, even though I don't have anything against them. Yeah, the finances is always the big question. And it's not even about the equipment because, like I said, you can basically do a good investigation with your cell phone and some just cheap things, cat balls and stuff like that. But it's the travel expenses, and if depending on the distance you travel, the hotel cost and the cost of the place you want to investigate, if it's a place that actually charges.
Oh wow.
So you're real familiar then, Douglas, with Angelina. Have you ever done an investigation with Angelina since she's from Massachusetts? Just get with M. She has every put on.
If I keep meaning to go out and do more.
We have a lot of gadgets. eh, we always. I mean, I guess you can always use more. I haven't gotten to anything with Angelina, at least not yet. I like to do that. I think everybody would, Douglas. That's kind of a big thing we would like
She's such
to.
a kick-ass person. She's
And you know,
awesome.
you said you've only done a couple investigations. Do you have them on YouTube, Douglas? Or do you just have them for your private collection? That Rebecca has family in Massachusetts. She lived there too. She was an army brat.
Oh wow.
Being around that area, she probably is Massachusetts, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, all of those. A lot of battleground up in those states and everything. So a lot of people were in the service, and yeah, my family, I have a lot of military in my family too. What kind of investigation do you want to do next, Douglas? Where do you want, what do you like to do?
Get a haircut.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's very cool. What's your favorite kind of places to investigate? This is for anybody on here. What are your favorite places to investigate? Do you like cemeteries? Do you like abandoned buildings? Do you like jails, homes, private home investigations? What's your favorite investigations you like to do? Uh,
Basically saying, Willa.
Yeah, I don't think we have a favorite either, Willa. We just like the fact that, hey, we're doing an investigation tonight. Let's see what we can get.
I really have a problem sitting still.
We went to a little cemetery here when we were down in South Carolina, and it was a small, quaint, family-oriented cemetery. We just no sooner got out of the car, our EMF detectors were going off like crazy, so we knew something was there. But we started investigating, and basically, what the residents of the cemeteries told us was, "Hey, we don't mind that you came here, but we're all family. We just jump from family member to family member. We just want to be left alone." So we respected them and we got up and we left.
Pee-wee, be careful. That's my laptop.
And
Douglas said, I'd like to try going to abandoned buildings, hopefully with permission. On the team, we usually did residential mostly.
a lot of residential. If you would have seen our old house, Douglas, you would have had a field day in her old bedroom.
Linda also said, I'd like to try abandoned buildings. Willa said, I have 12 spirits in my house and 4 haunted dolls.
Whoa!
Wow.
Where did you get the haunted dolls from, Willa?
I asked that. You're stealing all my... And Douglas said residential and cemeteries.
I love doing cemeteries. Flea markets and thrift store. Very, very cool. Very cool. I would like to get a haunted doll, but I don't think my family would like that too.
Has it ever, like, moved on its own, or has it... Well, you probably already have haunted dolls. Has it ever moved on its own, or, like, tipped over, or any of the dolls do that? Our house is me and the spirit family that bugs us. That was our old house, Mel. We have spirits in this house, but they don't bug us. They kind of just, I mean, they drive the dogs crazy. The puppies always see them and they bark at them.
So yours are intelligent spirits and not residential? Mainly in your house, not the dolls, but the spirits that's mainly in your house.
Never mind the doll, Mom. I don't want to wake up Chucky.
Abby, come on now.
He's that kind of haunted doll.
I want
Haunted. He was cursed.
Yeah.
That was a curse.
Abby, I'm going to get one of those dolls that when I set it down, it's going to spin its head the whole way around and say, "Hi, Abby." Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Well, my condolences to you for having lost a fiance. But
It's nice to know that she's always with you.
yeah. Horror movies ruin dolls for me. Linda, I don't know. We watched the movie The Doll. There was The Doll 2 and The Doll 3, and there was also the Sabrina movies. Yeah, those all were pretty amazing. I can see why. My thing was not so much a doll, but when we watched Poltergeist, the clown doll, not that I was afraid of him, but pulling the little boy.
Pretty cool, Douglas. He said, I'm part of Newkirk Museum Patreon, and big experiment right now is haunted ramen. We're trying to haunt our own ramen packets based on the thing that happened on Haunted Salem Live.
I'm not familiar with that.
Really cool, though.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. We're going to have to check that one out, too. Thank you, Douglas. We'll have to check that out, too.
Do you have a nightmare? One of us either had a Dybbuk box he got from eBay, opened it up on live on special, and it was just a packet of ramen inside.
Oh, boy. Dybbuk boxes.
Dybbuk boxes. Now, I've seen, like, so many videos on YouTube, and I don't know what to believe or not, because I know that Dybbuk boxes are real and that they are meant to hold evil spirits. But you get people who have ridiculous things in there, and the wax already looks like it was just freshly poured on there, or it was already cut or something. So, like, you know that there's an evil spirit in there. Why are you opening it up in your house?
Yeah, well, I haunted ramen. Interesting. I agree. That's hilarious. But
that is very interesting.
But getting to the Dybbuk boxes, we was watching, and I think too it depends. Like if you get one off of Amazon or something like that. But I don't know how many of you watch Selena and Call Me Chris, but Selena Spooky Boo. She got one not too long ago, and she opened up and had some really creepy stuff in
It
it.
was from the dark web.
And she kind of like, we're there, please don't. She kind of gave her address instead of picking up at a post office box. She kind of had her regular address on it. So we've been kind of concerned for Spooky Boo.
She hasn't posted any videos on like she needed help or she's having experiences or anything. But guys, okay, if you're ever gonna order anything off the dark web, which you shouldn't. If you're ever going to put it in a P.O. box, not your actual house address, because if that's real, if you actually find a psychopath from the dark web, they could come to your house and kill you. So maybe not do that.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, I guess to each their own. But some people, they pay like really, really, really good money for these Dybbuk
Oh my gosh,
boxes.
the Dybbuk boxes and the dark web mystery boxes, they're like over $3,000. Like, how do you even have that much money to just spend on anything? Mel said, funny story. Our neighbor is a real Karen, but that's not the funny part. It's the fact that our son bought a Dybbuk box off the dark web, so shortly after, Rebecca saw a demon that looked like Dora.
Yeah, that is kind of, that's funny. That is hilarious.
Dora the Explorer in the neighbor's tree. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That is crazy. Then Douglas said, oh, for sure, Kevin Manis, who sold the first Dybbuk box, said he made the whole thing up after Zach Bagans wouldn't buy a second one from him.
What do you guys think of, here we are, and I'm sorry, I don't like Zach Bagans. What do you all think about Zach Bagans? Do you think he's a good investigator? I mean, God knows he's got like over 25 years of videos out there. And what do you think of him?
We want your opinion, and then we'll give you our opinion.
What kind of first couple sessions were good? It was always. Yeah. See, that's what I watched his earlier episodes, and although he was pretty conceited and kind of arrogant even at the beginning, he at least seemed like he cared about investigating and that he liked what he did. But after the first couple seasons, he just kind of started getting ridiculous.
At least that's good, Mel. She said, however, we were protected by our spirit family and gemstones, etc. That it wouldn't cross the fence to our backyard. That's good.
Gabriella owns a lot of different gemstones and crystals. Yeah, so
I know all the energy and everything that they have.
He has a large ego. Yep. He's just so full of himself, and like
he always has to wear tight t-shirts and like, oh my god, I'm a strong man. And oh my god, I something overwhelmingly took over me. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna punch you. I'm feeling this overwhelming anger, man.
I mean, I get it, being proud of what you do, and but he takes it above and beyond, and I don't believe that all of his for split second that all of his videos are legit. I think he has a lot of bullshit in it.
I got obsidian stones along the fence. Yes, those are the best protection stones. Stones? Well, I guess they are kind of stones. Gems.
Well, I agree. Nick Groff is definitely a lot better off now that he's gone away from Zach. And I see he tours a lot with Katrina. What happened with Katrina? Maybe what happened with Katrina and Jack Osborne, because they were doing investigations together. Does anybody on here know anything about that?
Did Aaron ever get away from Zach Bagans, or is he still part of his team?
Yeah, see, that's the same as us, Willow. We haven't heard anything either, and it's like Gabriella said about Aaron.
Because he needs to get away from Zach Bagans. He was always locked in places and treated like absolute shit by Zach Bagans.
I think that's another thing that we don't like about Zach, because he acts like this tough shit out there when he's investigating that, but he sends like Aaron or one of his other team members to do all the dirty work for him, and then all of a sudden the spirits are calling out, did you hear that? They said Zach Bagans, and he gets possessed, but yet he's sending his team members out, so.
Oh, it definitely took a hit to protect you guys, but if you get hematite, it's also a stone or a gem or whatever you want to call it. I had a hematite ring, and it's supposed to pick up the negative energy that is around you, and then it breaks, and it's just broken. But I had one that I got from a fair, and we went to this one investigation, and then afterwards it broke completely. So whatever was in that place was so negative that it completely broke it.
Douglas, did you like Katrina and Jack when they were working together, or do you like, which is kind of stupid question, do you like Katrina and Nick Groff better as a duo? I know I've seen her lately with another woman, working with a woman though.
Stuff on YouTube,
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah.
I want to get another hematite ring or necklace or something. Because I originally did it because of my self-esteem, and I wanted to see how much negative energy that I throw off, or how much negative is actually around me. And it was doing perfectly fine. There was not a crack in it. There was nothing. And then we went to this place, and it broke.
That's the show, Ghost of Show. Yeah. I think I know what show you're talking about. I saw a couple episodes of that show. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I tend to like anything Katrina does. She worked with Nick. She worked well with Jack. She's one tough cookie. I'm telling you what. I remember watching a couple episodes of Portal to Hell, and Jack was kind of hesitant going some places, and Katrina says, "I'll go down there. I'll do that." And one place in particular, Chip Coffee said, "Don't go down in there. There's at least 5 demons down in that area." And Katrina went right down. She's got some goodies.
Yeah, no, that is the craziest thing. As soon as it splits, I would have been out. I would have been like, there's too much negative energy for me to handle. Well, I agree, Douglas. She is a very good investigator.
Here, now I know Jeff first. Oh, very cool, Willa. Very, very cool.
He went to an ordained priest.
Very, very cool. Are there any questions that you want to ask me and Gabriella? Basically anything we can answer for you.
Yeah, I would have too, Mel.
Yeah.
I'd have been out of there the second that thing broke, though.
Yeah, we love Chip Coffee. I would love to meet him in person. He's just his personality and he's just so bubbly, and I think if you watched Angelina on Bad to Bone, she said she's going to try to get Michelle Ballinger on her show. I'm hoping she can do that because I like her a lot too.
You think maybe she's a little sensitive too?
I think that's what it sounds
Because
like now.
that's what it sounds like. It sounds like she might have abilities that she doesn't know about, and they're going to her because they know that she has these abilities.
Yeah, Mel. It's if a spirit tends to go to one person basically a lot, they're probably that person. Rebecca is probably at least a little sensitive. I agree with.
Yeah. I'm a beacon for spirits with my abilities. Yep. That's what happens. We think I have slight abilities, so they tend to come to me.
See, you're like me, Mel. Gabriella seems to be able to know how to use hers. I believe I have some abilities, but I just have not. I just tend to, I think, block it a little bit because I don't know. I'm just not sure yet how I feel.
To like meditate and see if I can actually open up my third eye, because I would like to understand why spirits like coming to me, why they think that I can help them when I don't exactly know what they want from me. So I feel like if I'm actually able to open up my third eye, then I can actually help these spirits that come to me with whatever they need.
Douglas, one of the other reasons why I like Michelle, and you're right, what you just said, is she is so grounded with, and she has a ton of knowledge. And I like how she can go, they'll blindfold her. She doesn't want to know anything about the building. And she'll even, with the blindfold on, like sketch what vision she's seeing. And so far, she's been spot on with everything that she's said and done. And I know there's a lot of people out there that don't believe in any kind of psychics or mediums. So
Well, the less open that you are, Mel, the less you'll most likely get targeted. So that's good. I'm glad that you learned how to block it out.
She is truly amazing, Abby. I don't know. I like Cindy Kaza too. But I sway a little bit towards Michelle, though. I think there's something about Michelle that just is amazing. How does seem to feel about Zach when she checked out his haunted? Oh.
I
Gabriella, go ahead and read Douglas's question out
Okay, so
loud.
Douglas said, with how you both seem to feel about Zach, would you check out his haunted museum? I always get such weird, icky feelings about anything shown about it. So, for us, that museum actually belonged to somebody else, but he loved it. He took pictures of it and he overtook it. So, if there are any actual haunted artifacts in there, it's technically not his. But since he's got the biggest ego in the world, he decided that he was gonna say, "Oh, I'll sue you guys if you don't give this museum to me." And so they like had to forcefully give it to him. I do get some weird feelings because we've never actually been in there, obviously, but we've seen like videos of it and everything. There's one section of the museum that I do get weird vibes about. I don't know. I don't remember what section it is or what exactly is in that part of it, but looking at it, you can kind of feel like something's not right about it.
I don't know if I would want to check out his museum only because he owns it, Douglas. I kind of already put a bad taste in it just because of that factor. Um,
Willa, how did you was your eye already fully opened or did you like have to meditate constantly to get it open? Was there a way that you Oh, okay. Well, that's not fair.
okay, you said, what role do you think mediums have in paranormal investigations? Um, I I'm not crazy about mediums or anything so much going into paranormal investigations while the investigation is going on, but I do like when they bring a medium in that, like at the beginning, like you hear the history of the place that you're going to investigate, or you already know what is. And I like if somebody is brought in, like they do with Michelle, blindfolded, unknown where they're at, and just to see what they say and what they pick up on when they come into the building. I don't have anything against psychics or mediums, though, but I mean, I don't know if that quite answered your question or not.
Yeah. Yeah, the van is not authentic. Um, I think it's been proven by a few people that it's completely fake.
Zach, though, he's a showboat. Anybody that knows Zach, he's a showboat, and whatever he can do to get more attention, he's going to do it. Zach liked the fact of Johnny's office and the Warrens Museum. Johnny's office, Zaffis, of course, had the haunted treasures, and then there's the War Museum. Zach Bagans has been in both of these locations. It gets to his head. He's there like, oh my goodness, this is another opportunity for me to get more attention. So I think he just did it not so much that he really wanted to have this investment, but just so that he can bring more attention to himself, not so much to the wonderful artifacts that he may possibly have in his museum. And yes, Will, I agree with Mel. That is very exciting being able to have the opportunity to go to Penhurst. Like, wow, I would love to go to Penhurst. I really wish we could have been there.
Trying to see where the article was that I read that he stole the museum. These people.
See, Douglas, I was a big fan of the Warrens, but the more that now that I'm getting more and more into the paranormal part over the course of years, I kind of wonder now, it's kind of like a Cody Satori thing, you really, really adore them. And then as time goes by, you start hearing and seeing more discrepancies with things. I love Johnny Zaffis's Haunted Treasures. That show always fascinated me. I have the utmost respect for him. The only problem that I've had recently is that has recently had ties for we found out with Jason Hawes and with Cody and Satori. Uh, he kind of like backed up Cody and Satori in one of the videos that was out where they were talking about people bashing them. So I don't know. I mean, I still have the utmost respect for Johnny Zappa. So it will. That place, from what I've heard, Penhurst is amazing, and I will be surprised if you don't go out of there without getting anything. I mean, I'm sure you're going to get something, and I hope you get something very, very cool out of that. Now, I'm not sure what to call it, but for me, I stuff spiritly such as I can feel when something is off. I do that too, Mal. See, that's my ability, I think, is mine is more, I was able to, my son and my husband, when I was pregnant with Gabriella, was in a car accident, and we were up at New York visiting family, and we were driving home, and I just started getting uncontrollably cold. And my oldest daughter, put the heat on in her vehicle, tried to get me warm. And I said, no, I said, there's something going to happen. I can literally see my husband and my son in a car accident. I see them driving. There's something on the road. They sway to miss it. They hit a piece of black ice and the car goes like this, and it should have landed in a ditch on its roof. But when we ended up catching up to them, he was in an accident, but instead of the car slamming off the road like this and going and flipping over in the ditch, he said something like a greater power or something seemed to have just like lifted the car up like this and like wedged it in the ditch, or it could have been a really bad accident. But I felt and actually visualized that whole accident before it happened. So that's kind of how more mine is. More book, their demonology coming into the panel, but looking into their stories, you can never find the original. See, that's where I'm going, Douglas. I'm like you. I don't mean to offend anybody, and I like the Warrens, but you start doing research and that like that, and there's some things in that you kind of get a big question mark after. I think it's intuition. Oh, yeah. Yes, Douglas. I'll think about someone and they'll show up or call me. Yep, yep. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that happens to be something.
yeah. I was in our living room one time down at our old house, and I kept on telling them that I smelled something. It smelled like somebody was cooking fish or something. And they're like, it's just weird. And they're the Mom, you're crazy. Well, we go out, and there was a fire started in our kitchen. So my name is Diane now.
Hi, P.
Hi, P. You can't be up here, sweetie.
P, come here, bud. Come here.
Come on, P. Snizzle, Lizzle.
Being so.
That's our ham cat. He has to be in everything that we do when we do our videos. He's a ham.
I'm a good boy, though.
Oh, you're good, Mal. You're all good. We all forget things. I'm constantly. I have two. I have a son-in-law and a grandson. My son-in-law his name is Chase. My grandson's name is Gage. Now, Chase and Gage don't sound anything alike, but I keep on calling Chase Gage and Gage Chase, and so no, you have no reason to apologize, Mel. You're all good. You can call me anything, but a real bad name. I'm good. So you're good. I smelled sage burning the other night following me. Wow. That's probably because of your abilities, Willa. There's something probably following you around. I'd check that out. It's the Pee-wee. Yeah, he has to be a ham all the time.
Look at the camera. Look at the camera, bub.
I almost called you Deborah. That's okay. I guess I know I have to laugh because Angelina a lot of times will call me Diana, but I'm Diane. It's close enough. I don't care.
Pee-wee's face in the corner.
Pee-wee. Pee-wee.
You're shedding like you.
Yeah, exactly, Mel. Exactly. You can call me anything, but don't call me late for dinner. That's what it sounds like to me. Well, if you had like the smell of sage going all around, you had something following you.
We have 9 cats. Holy moly. We used to. Or what else?
We have
Oh, he's more than
we have cats and we have the 2 puppies, of course. Pee-wee is gorgeous.
He loves his bow tie.
He is a big ham. 4 cats, 6 dogs. Whoa, you have a little farm there, Willa.
6 guinea pigs.
Oh my
gosh, we had 2 parakeets. We had how many guinea pigs? 8?
Well, there's a story about the guinea pigs. Gabriella kind of bitched and moaned until I wanted a guinea pig. I want a guinea pig. We really didn't want to get any. They're nice pets. They're not pets. Sorry. But we caved in. We got her a guinea pig. Well, we decided, no, we're just not going to get her 1 guinea pig. We're going to get her 2. So we went to a pet shop. And the guy at the pet shop, we said, we need to make sure that they're both either female or both either male. Oh yeah, what did he say? They were both male, or they were both?
No, I wasn't there.
Yeah, that's right. You weren't there. Duh, because there was a surprise. Yeah, and he said no, they were both the same sex. We take them home. Next thing you know, there's more than 2 guinea pigs there, and they just kept on having guinea pig after guinea pig after guinea pig. So that was that little story there. They were not 2 males or 2 females.
Yeah, we had 2 originally. We named the one. Yeah, I think you did say they were both male. The one was Mocha and the other one was S'mores. S'mores was mine, and she was very colorful. And sometimes in the sunlight, her eyes looked purple, and it was really cool. And she was my little Buddha statue. I could hold her like this, and she would just stay there. And Mocha was the male. He was pretty cool. You could hold him up like this, and he'd put his head back, and he'd be so chill.
I like the birds that do the dancing and the head banging. I think that is so freaking cute.
Our old house, so we had so many guinea pigs, and we were taking care of them. It's not like we were neglecting them or anything, but for some reason in our old house, even though that they're supposed to be able to live up to about 5 to 6 years, they just kept on passing away. It was like one after another, after another, after another. And we were like, we don't understand what's going on because we fed them, we watered them, we made sure that they were warm enough. We cleaned out their cage regularly. Like we did everything that we know we should have done to keep up with them and their health and everything. And it was just really sad because they kept on, all the animals in that house basically just
ironically too, a lot of our animals that we had that passed away in almost the exact same spot in our house. Now this was a house down in South Carolina where we had a lot of paranormal activity, and right before we moved back up to Pennsylvania here, we know there was something real malevolent in that house.
We can't say enough how that house like affected our mental states and our physical states, and how truly bad it was getting. The only thing that we can say is that right before we left, we did like a small investigation in her room. The only thing that was coming through the spirit box and the spirit talker app was Latin, and That's never happened before.
We had everything that came through. We had to look up, like, what is this? What does it mean? And almost not almost everything that came up had to pertain with malevolent, demon, hell, death. It was just it was horrible. So we're glad we got out of that house when we did, because
it was getting really bad. It was targeting me, and then it started targeting my sister, and it started targeting her.
it did. It started getting real scary down there. Is there anything any of you want to ask us personally, like pertaining to the paranormal, or basically
Paranormal. It could be anything.
basically anything? Like, if there's any questions you want to ask us, if you want to ask Abby anything, she's on here.
Well, I said, what got you into the paranormal?
Go ahead, Gabriella.
So we always were watching like Ghost Hunters and all these paranormal shows, especially when we like way back when. Well, eventually we started seeing things in different houses, and we started saying that's weird, and we started wanting to know more. So my dad bought my mom some paranormal equipment for Christmas. For Christmas, and he was like, "Why don't you start doing what you want to do?" And so we were like, "Okay, we'll start this, and we'll see how it goes." And so far we've been to places that we never thought we'd be, and it's thanks to all of our viewers, because we love doing this. But if it wasn't for all of our viewers and the people who support us through all of our paranormal investigations, we wouldn't keep doing it. But yeah.
And I've had some experience from way back when I was a teenager that I can't explain.
Abby, you're always invited.
Yeah.
Get over here.
Come over here and join in before we tune out. I've had, like I said, experiences from the time I was real young. And I told, of course, my husband about it. And so he knew that I always had this love for this field. My dad passed away. My dad was an alcoholic, and on the night of his funeral, I could smell whiskey up the staircase and upstairs, and he made an appearance to me. I heard, "Hey, Diane," and I looked over, and he was sitting there in his favorite chair. He looked healthy, and he said, "Everything's okay. I'm all right." And then he just vanished. So that kind of, from that point on in particular, I'm there like, am I losing my shit? Like, what's going on here? And I wanted answers. And then when my mom passed away, I knew she was going to pass. I got that real cold chills and stuff, and that, like I did when my husband and my son was in the accident. And lo and behold, my mom passed away that same day.
I remember that night. We were so young,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Mom, are you okay?" And then just like an hour later or so, she was like, she got a call saying her mom passed away, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
I was up at work, and it was just, if I get really uncontrollable chills like that, I know something really bad's going to happen. If I get kind of like a mild chill that I can somewhat control, I know not necessarily that something bad is going to happen, but something's going to happen. So if I'm telling you I feel odd, that I'm feeling shaky or whatever, you can bet something's going to happen.
Yeah, we found that out real quick.
What is your motivation behind investigations? That kind of like, for me?
Okay, so for me, mostly when I was younger, I would always hear and see things that I didn't think anything of because I was young, and I thought people were, from a very young age, I didn't know how to talk to my parents or how to talk to anybody about anything, because my own teachers and principal would not believe me when I said that I didn't steal something, that I didn't do that, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. So I didn't know how to come to my parents and tell them, like, "Hey, I'm seeing things, I'm hearing things, something's going on that I don't know if I'm schizophrenic, like, what's going on?" So eventually I gathered up the courage because my mom, she's like, I'm always here. You can always tell me anything. And so I looked at Mom and I was like, Mom, I'm seeing things and I'm starting to hear things and I don't know what's going on. And she's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, I saw a shadow that passed through my bedroom and I know that it wasn't a car light or anything like that. It's just something was there and was staring at me and was talking to me. And she's like, okay, well, that's pretty weird. And then she'd tell me her experiences that were happening to her, and it was pretty similar, and we started talking about the whole paranormal, and we were like, maybe I'm sensitive.
No, not a question, but a compliment. I love you two's personality, such as how outgoing and bubbly you two were when I first saw you on Angelina's panel, and you two were cracking me up. Thank you so much. We try to, when we do any of our videos, and we're so proud that we're able to do this video here tonight, we try, by watching us, you know that we're so totally open and honest, and we're so appreciative for all the support that anybody gives us. Like I said, without being redundant, we don't care if we have one viewer, we don't care if we have 100,000, we don't care if we have 1,000,000. Just your support, your kind compliments like that means a lot to us. And Gabriella, what she was just saying, that's when she found out that we have an awful lot of in common, and we're not Cody and Satori, but we do have some kind of a connection when it comes sometimes to being able to connect when we go on investigation. She'll say something.
We're not going to claim, oh my God, we touched each other and we can do magic things. No, it's not like that, but it is like the mother-daughter energy. I don't know if it's because I'm her youngest and because she's like literally my best friend, but we have the same type of energy and the same like feelings about most things.
Mel, I tend to smell my grandpa's beer around the house, and we don't drink alcohol. I'm like that with my dad, since he was an alcoholic, and also my mom loved lilacs. And she, a lot of times, if I know my mom's presence is around, because we'll smell lilacs. Abby, pull up a bench here. This is Abby, my other daughter. This is the one that was Red Rose on there. You saw Red Rose?
Abby, he wants to say hi, I guess. Say hi.
You're blocking our view. Can you see Abby? Oh, there you go. There's my other beautiful girl. Hi. There she is. Everybody say hi to Miss Abby. This is my daughter that just got married, so congrats her on her wedding. She's now Mrs. Oaks.
Yeah.
Beautiful wedding. We'll help show some pictures there sometime soon.
You did too.
Pee-wee's he has to be in here all the time.
I think I was 8 years old. I think I was 8 years old when I had my first paranormal experience. I heard a man burp and no man lived with us.
Oh, Mel, going back to feeling ability and intuition, I feel that you two were down to earth people. Thank you so much.
We definitely tried. Nice to meet you too. Mel said, I think I was 8 years old when I had my first paranormal experience. I heard a man burp and no one lived with us.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, Mel. See, that's what it'll do. I think when you're a child, you'll hear all of this stuff and you don't think anything of it at the time. But then as you're getting older and as you're going through different stages in your life, you start getting intuitive to it a little bit more. And you pick up and you're there like, hey, wait a minute, I'm going to start checking in this a little bit more because there might be something to it. But that's kind of like how we all of us, Abby's had some experiences, not as much as what Gabriella and I've had, I don't think, but.
Yeah, I did get scratched though. I did.
Oh, yeah. There's a story there for Abby. Abby, do you want to tell what happened? And then we can elaborate on it.
Sure. So I was just talking to my, at the time, boyfriend, which is so crazy to think now, but I was on my laptop and I was texting my boyfriend at the time, and he was saying, and we were just having a normal conversation, whenever. Well, I felt like this burning sensation on my arm. And I was like, man, this is weird. Like, this I don't know how this happened. I look at it and it's just scratches. So I'm like, okay, I probably just did something. I was being stupid. I'm clumsy, so I naturally get random wounds. So I ended up texting mom and I said, hey, can you take a look at my arm? My arm is like burning like crazy. And then so mom, I end up going to her room and she looks at my arm and she first sees it as a whole bunch of scratches. Then she sees it turned into AW and she's like, okay, this is a joke. Like this isn't real, whatever. And it turned red and everything. And the next thing you know, it formed again, but it formed into AMY. Yeah, I do have a photo.
Yeah, it was weird because when she came into the room that night, she showed me these scratches and it looked like AW. Well, our name's Weshy. So Abby Weshy. I'm there thinking, okay, Abby, this isn't funny. Why are you scratching your initials on your arm? Well, before my eyes, those initials turned from AW into AMY, Amy. And it was real dark, almost to the point of bleeding. She has a picture of it. The most ironic thing about it, because I told her, I said, you're not going back in your room tonight. You're staying here with me. My husband was traveling, was on a trip. The next morning, when she got up, there was nothing there. There wasn't even a hint of a scratch or nothing. It was.
What world is it?
It was the creepiest, most amazing thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
There it is. And the worst part was our niece and nephew were very young and they were downstairs and we were trying to calm them down and tell them to go to bed. Well, it's kind of hard to do that when your sister's having a crisis upstairs being scratched by God knows what. So this is the picture. I don't know if you can see it.
Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it pretty decent.
Let's see if I can turn them over right now. Let's try to do this. We'll do the beauty. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, damn. That definitely overexposed it.
Yeah, right. That's perfect. And the other ironic thing about the scratches that appeared and then disappeared on her, when we moved to the house down in South Carolina and Gabriella was having all that activity going on in her room, Abby's little vanity was sitting in the corner of her room, and we kept on getting activity around that vanity, and the name Amy came out. And we were asking Amy, are you from the other house? And she said, yeah. And she told us that she committed suicide.
I thought it was for the Phoenix.
She said she committed suicide, and we think that she didn't really want to hurt Abby, but she wanted to be able to tell Abby her story.
Yeah, I'm not like them where I am sensitive. Like I kind of block everything spiritual out because I don't want to freak myself out. So I'm more okay, to have fun, do it your thing, but I'm not paying attention to you. But them too, they can hear, she can see. Well, they both can see sometimes, but I can't do that. I'm not special.
Tell her she's very special. We love her. Yeah, those scratches. So it was that's actually when it started. It wasn't when I literally, before my eyes, saw it go from what looked like an AW and making that to make it look like an M and the thing for the Y right before my eyes. And it was real red, almost at the point of bleeding.
Burning. I was crying.
And then the next morning it was all gone. So it's crazy. Everyone's special, see.
Melson, same, Abby, I'll freak out. LOL. I saw a full apparition of my Nana twice and ran.
Wow.
I would be running to that. Yeah.
No, we don't think we have anything bad here in this house, but Gabrielle and I in particular, on several times, we see a woman and she paces back and forth here in our dining room and just pacing back and forth. And we know we're not whacked or anything because there's times that our two puppies, they'll go over and they'll look in this room just as we think we saw this lady. And they'll start barking or they'll just start staring for no reason, like where they're like, what are they looking at? And that's our lady.
Bark, but there's also a black cat that goes up and down the stairs.
We see a cat too.
We think that Pee-wee plays with it every once in a while because he gets the zoomies. He never used to get the zoomies. It could be because he's happy in the new house, but he gets the zoomies like you would not believe now, and it's always up and down the stairs, ironically. So we think that he plays with that cat, and then once it disappears, he's like, okay, I'm cool now.
Yep. Yep.
So just FYI, I'm harmless flirt, but I see where your daughters got their gorgeous looks from.
Oh,
That's why we love them, Mama.
my girls are also beautiful. I love them so. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Let's see. I found I can feel a pressure in my head if something negative is around. Oh, that's a big sign, Douglas. That's definitely a big sign. I know a couple investigations we went on. We knew something was close to us before we even saw it because we had that pressure.
Hey, you guys had your ears ring. Oh yeah, yeah, they have their ears. That was weird. The one time we were sitting in the living room and it was here, and both our ears started ringing at the same time for no reason, but it had to have been something because that doesn't just happen.
And it was almost like as if somebody gets like a bullhorn or something and blows it in your ear, and it was really loud and intense, but as quickly as it came, it went. Hi, Blossom. Welcome to the chat.
Douglas said, I found I can feel a pressure. Oh, yeah, we just read that. He said, I think someone has. Ugh. I think everyone has some level of extra sensory.
Oh, I think we're all born with it, Douglas. I just think that people don't know how to handle it or they don't realize it. And
I think it just depends on if you want to.
Yeah.
To show.
I agree.
To use your abilities. They look like they could be your twins plus beautiful.
Aww.
Beautiful hair. My hair used to be just like yours, Diane, but it fell out from toxic exposure and being deployed overseas. I just share my hair off now. Save my hair.
Well, thank you, first of all, for your service. We really appreciate that. And thank you for being so sweet. I really, really appreciate that. That's such a big compliment to
I'm so glad somebody else is telling her. We tell her that all the time and she doesn't believe us.
This is one of the things this is one of the things that we were talking about earlier, like my self-esteem, and I think it was from I got bullied a lot from, I don't want to start trouble, but relatives when I was growing up and other people. And I always felt that I was ugly. I was not good enough. As I got older and after I had my kids and I started putting on weight, I cut myself down for my weight and different things. And I wouldn't take pictures or anything like that. And I made a promise to my girls. I said, I'm going to have to change that. And that was one of the reasons why Gabriella and I said, we'll do this channel so we can help her with her self-esteem. We can get me over because I'm going to be 65 years old in October. And if something should happen to me, I want these beautiful girls to have some good memories of me. I don't want to think that way because I plan on living for a long time. But yeah, I'm planning on it. But I want to make sure that there's memories like this that I can share with my girls and my family. So.
Get out of your gorgeous. Go flaunt it, girl.
We have to get her to show some. Well, maybe you can even pull some up there, some bridal pictures. I promised myself I would not cry. I knew I would when she walked down the aisle and when she was saying her vows. But this girl, Gabriella, did her makeup and she looked gorgeous. And I walked out because she was putting her gown. I wanted her to have privacy. And I walked back in when she was dressed and I looked at her and I'm there like, I gotta go. And Abby said, are you crying already? I'm there like, I just need to go. So, yeah. So let's see, you don't look your age at all. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to be a geezer. I am a geezer.
Wait, Diana or Diana? OMG, sorry. Remember, it's like walk away.
You can call me Diana too. That's Angelina. Well, Angelina calls me Diane or Diana, but that's okay with me. We're all
very close.
It is. Sorry. I've been called Dee. I've been called Diana. I've been called Deanne, Deanna, everything. So my memory has legs and tends to walk away. So does mine, Mel. Believe me. So does mine.
Thank you, Linda. She said this has been a wonderful live.
I appreciate that. We're so glad that you all joined us.
We love all the support in the comments.
I'm hoping some night we come on live, we can get maybe Angelina and I mean, maybe even Patty. I know she's way up there, so like it'll be a blessing for her. But that'd be nice. It's always nice to get our supporters like that. We're so proud that you guys and happy that you guys are on.
That she's just Mel. Her name is actually Melissa.
I have a good friend. Her name is Melissa. She calls herself Missy. She doesn't go by Mel, but we will call you Mel.
That's like, I'm Gabby. Well, I'm Gabriella, but most people call me Gabby, and I like it spelled Gabi. So it's really neat.
And it was funny when I named the girls, when we picked names, I wasn't thinking of Abby and Gabby, but it just ironically, Abigail, Gabriella, she likes being called Abby by family. She likes being called Gabby by family. So it just kind of worked out that way. Where I have my Abby and my Gabby. And the mother's the actual one, that's the Gabby one.
Yeah, it's funny. 'Cause people call me Gabby, and they're like, that means that you talk a lot. But
Patty is a lovely lady and beautiful heart. She's very busy, but maybe one day she can be on your. I would love that. I would absolutely love her to be a guest. Matter of fact, a dream would be to have Angelina, Patty, and Emmy all on live with us.
voice.
I think I know my voice is bad. It's been just.
That's the same with me, Mel. I never liked being called Gabriella before because I thought that it sounded too much like Cinderella, like a princess, and I'm everything but a princess. So I thought that being called Gabby would kind of make me seem more grown up. And so I had people call me Gabby for the longest time, also because they couldn't pronounce my name. But recently I figured that's my actual name, so I'll just have people call me by my actual name.
I'm losing it. Between the wedding and yelling at the puppies to be quiet and behave, and like we love those dogs. Oh my gosh, we love those dogs so much, but they are little hellions right now because they're still puppies. But I'm losing my voice. I'm there telling her husband's telling me, you sound like you smoke about 3 or 4 packs a day of cigarettes, and he makes fun of it. So, but it'll get better, hopefully.
We'll see. Just keep drinking hot coffee or cocoa
That's what I'm trying to do.
or tea.
Or tea, something.
Something hot.
I'll see if I can arrange something. Probably won't be until after they get back from their trip. Hey, that would be great. And Mel, any of you, anytime, sometime here in the future, if you like us doing these lives like this, just let us know. We can have another one on, and we'll definitely we still have to figure out how the whole live thing works and that. But invite some of you to come on live anytime to talk to us so we can hear your voice and hear what you want to say.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
I think you press this, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, we have to experiment.
No, I think that's for photos, Gabriella. Let me see real quick.
Yeah, we'll have to experiment around here with the live. So yeah, engage with your audience. Start
Yeah, that's
with
yeah.
So, but
I think it's more like that.
Tabby.
So let's share.
They had a tabby named Gabby.
Oh, that's adorable.
A tabby named Gabby.
That message got restricted.
Well, why?
I don't know.
What? Linda, why did your message get restricted? What happened?
What happened?
We'll have to find out what's going on, Linda. We don't want any of your stuff being restricted.
Hold up 1 second. We're going to see live reactions. Hey, get your ass out of my face.
Come on, G. You're snazzy, Lizzie. Come on, buddy.
Hi, P. I don't see it.
Yeah, we don't know why your message would have got restricted, Linda.
Oh, man. I have to go into the community.
Yeah, we'll check it out and we'll try to restore it when this is replayed back. That's bull. We don't want anything restricted unless you get downright dirty. And our fans so far have been just amazingly wonderful to us. So
I'd love for you to join us, Douglas.
Playing around with technology, I wouldn't mind
Figure
joining
it out someday.
How about if we do this? We'll try to. Gabrielle and I we usually try to get at least one video in a week. Sometimes we do Wednesday and a Friday. How about if okay, tomorrow's Friday. How about if we schedule another one maybe for the weekend? Maybe let's say Sunday night. and we can invite some of you. And if we can figure this thing out, how to invite people onto the live, you can come back on and
Oh, it doesn't say restricted. It says retracted.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so she deleted it then.
Okay.
I thought it said restricted. I couldn't.
I'd definitely be watching you live. Oh, yeah. Well, geez. Well, I'm glad. Linda, you were the very first one today that come on and went, woo, yay. So, thank
We
you.
were excited that just one person wanted to see us live. We were like, hell yeah.
Any of you guys that's tech savvy on there that uses YouTube for live and that, if you can, don't even tell me because I'm not tech savvy, but Gabrielle or Abby, how we can get people to join in live and that on here.
I think it's in the community settings. I think
Probably.
go to customation into the community settings.
And
Because there's nothing here. It's not there.
Yeah, we'll have to find out, but we would love to have some of you on live. We want to meet you. We want to be able to get, we consider you our friends. We welcome you to our lives. If we do another live on Sunday, we will let you know. If not, we'll try to get it on Monday. But we will give you a notification. If you subscribe to us and you put the notification bell on, you'll know definitely when we're getting ready because she'll put a post on our Real Talk channel. Who knows? Maybe if something happens between now and then, maybe if we can get a mini vet place to investigate, like a cemetery or something, maybe we
We
can
still
do
want to go to that one in
Oh, that would be nice.
Johnstown.
Yeah, so
Johnstown flood.
maybe if we can get to a cemetery or something, maybe we can do a live at a cemetery or something so you can see some of our stuff, how we work.
Mel said I tend to break things so bad out there.
See, I'm not stupid. I'm very smart. But considering that if I took time out and learned the technology, I know I'd be able to pick it up and I know I'd be really good on it. I just don't have the desire to do it. That's just not, I just have too many other things going on. So I leave it up to these two beautiful girls. Matter of fact, she's our editor for our videos and she does editing for these, which the only editing we do on our videos here is just the intro and the outro. And if she wants to put little emojis in there or little funny stuff.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Most of the time I don't because it's just a lot of footage to go through. It's usually an hour of footage and we really don't have that much time. But every once in a while I'll go through and I'll see.
See, that's what I was thinking too. There's Zoom, but I don't know how this stuff works, how we do some of this stuff.
Zoom, we had when we were during COVID and it always kept freezing and making computers like lag a lot. So if we were to use another thing, probably wouldn't be Zoom. I mean, you can continue to use it.
Yeah.
If you like
When
it,
we were getting this house, when we had to talk to, because we were in South Carolina and the house is up here in Pennsylvania, we had to do some Zoom calls and we weren't really we were having some bad luck with the Zoom, but to each their own. I mean, yeah, and if it works for you, that's wonderful. Same as a lot of people like FaceTime. And I guess it depends on how well the reception is, how good the.
StreamYard's the one that I think that's the one that Angelina uses.
I don't know. I'll have to ask Angelina. I can text her and ask her what she uses.
But it is very touchy, you're right, because we've been to a few of her lives and it's a little weird.
Yeah.
But she also was on a Chromebook though, so.
Yeah, now that she got a better computer, maybe then things will get. Yeah, Em uses StreamYards. Yeah. So yeah, see, that's how it was for us when we were getting this house, Linda. It was just, we're trying to talk to the realtor, we're trying to talk to the financing company, and it was horrible. Yeah, did you? Yeah, you know about Angelina then getting that new computer. We're extremely happy for her that she was able to get that.
So thanks to all of her members and her subscribers and the people who support her. She was able to get a new HP.
Yep.
HP.
Yeah.
She has it on her community feed.
So I see our videos a little bit pixely.
That's the quality on my
but
computer.
yeah, I
Yeah,
just
you'll have to get a good webcam
Yeah.
sometime.
Zoom does tend to do constant updates. I'm thinking check dates too. Yep,
It's
absolutely.
just as bad as Discord.
Plus, right now we're using my gaming computer, which I game, but not a lot anymore because of puppies. But I don't have any space on there to download anything. So as of right now, until we get a different
Your
computer
dad's going to give me
Stream on.
his. He said he's going to give me his, but he just needs to find the cord for it.
to stream on, then we're going to have to keep with this quality.
Yeah, and Douglas, yeah, Angelina got all that new equipment. We're so happy for her. Like, but you know, it's like we've talked before. Even when you do investigations, you can do some good videos and some lives and stuff, and that just on basics. I think she was using her iPhone there for a while too.
I think she said,
So yeah, so it just depends on just to talk to the audience. I think if you're a good audience and you love the people that you're tuning into, you're not going to care just as long as you can see them and chat with them.
I don't go on live, I'll go on the panels. I can't speak today.
Mel, I don't go live, but I'll go on panels occasionally. Usually Rebecca is on pop-in panels.
The one problem.
Yeah. Um,
that's what I said. Yeah.
So you're like, when we first got invited to go on Angelina's, we were kind
We were like, did she actually want us on here? Because we've never been on a live before.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah.
Well, we were on one live before, and that was our one investigation, which was it was a good investigation, but it was kind of a hot mess because she was doing her live investigation and she was talking to her fans and her viewers, and they were asking her questions.
Okay.
And we were trying to conduct our investigation, so there was like a lot of chaos going on with it. So when we go back to her house, she's going to be doing another live, and we're going to have to try to set some rules there, only so that we don't get bashed and say,
I want to be center of attention.
this Pee-wee, I'm telling you, he is the ham of all hams.
He's furry.
He is just a ham.
Right onto the camera.
Hey, be careful. That's my mouse. Don't click off the live.
You might surprise yourself, Mel. You might think you're
We think you're awesome.
yeah. You're on here, you're discussing things with us and chatting with us. So you're awesome in that way, regardless. We're just amazed and
Good boy.
overwhelmed by everybody coming on here with us tonight. Talking. Oh wow. You need to take it easy, girl. If you just had a hysterectomy, you're still healing. You need to stay off your feet and just take it easy. We're all jokesters. Mel, you should see the three of us sometimes.
Oh my God.
I have a habit of, I don't do it on purpose, but they'll be taking a drink or something, and I'll just say the perfect thing at the perfect time, and they're like almost choking from
I had soda coming out of my nose that one day.
I don't try it. It just happens. We're all crazy.
Douglas said cats are usually like that. One of mine is curled next to me trying to push me off the bed.
Oh,
That is the one upstairs.
Yeah.
Badger. I call him the roasted marshmallow because that's what he looks like. But he always tries to push me off the bed or suffocate me in my sleep.
You're right, Mal. Those moments hurt, but they are precious. These are the things that even though I don't mean for them to happen, but I want these girls, these memories. I want them to have all of these because, as you can tell, we're a very close knit family. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have these two here. They are not just my daughters; they're my best friends, and if I need even the slightest thing, they're there for me. And I'm a proud mama to the max. They're my world.
You're gonna make me cry.
They're my world.
Don't make us cry. I have makeup on. Yes, a 4-pound chihuahua takes over my bed sometimes.
It's not
Somehow.
the size that matters, remember. 4-pound chihuahua. Yeah. Those chihuahuas, I'll tell you what, they got personality.
Vicious sometimes. They're like, don't
Yeah.
you come near me. I'm trying to sleep.
I'm a crazy Leo, Mal. You are a crazy Leo.
I'm a crazy Taurus.
I'm a crazy Libra.
I'm a crazy Libra. I'm the odd one out.
I'll get out. You're out. Lily is a hyper crazy dog.
She said we're soulmates. We are. We're all.
We are. Yeah. Is there anything else that any of you want to ask us tonight? Anything?
Anything else?
Throw it out at us.
One strand of hair is pissing me off so much because it's like
You go.
it looks like I'm balding here. You see? I hate that one piece of hair that it's supposed to go down the middle.
Gabriella's a Taurus.
Yes.
They have big egos now. Are you talking about the?
Oh, I think you talk about the
the Chihuahuas. That's what I think. Yeah, the Chihuahuas. There's something else. My oldest daughter has a Chihuahua mix. I can't. What's that mix with the
I
Chihuahua?
don't remember.
I think a pitchy is that what she said? It was a pitchy, something like that. Anyhow, she called it a weird name, but yeah, it's got personality. Plus, I'm telling you. Has anyone tried to bring pets onto investigation? You know what? When our puppies get older and we get them trained, I want to take both of them or at least one of them onto investigation because I know I saw a couple clips of Jason Hawes years ago. A couple times he took his dog Sadie with him on investigation.
That was a German Shepherd.
And I don't know what kind it was because it had the big spots all over. It was a real pretty dog.
Oh yeah.
But if anybody's gonna catch something or send something, that the dogs will catch it first. They'll let you know if they're seeing something, feeling something.
I think that Sia would be able to see more than Max. He's just a cuddle bug.
Yeah, she calls him
Eve. Go up to the spirit and be like, "Hey, what pet me?" Sia, on the other hand, will probably be like, "I don't know what you are, but I don't know if I trust you." She's kind of like more.
Yeah, I think what we would do is experiment with them, but it would do probably like a smaller investigation, some smaller area, and see how they react.
When they see the spirit that walks the woman, which one barks first? Is it Sia or Max?
Usually Sia will bark. Max will just kind of like do that, like stone, like.
Yeah.
But he's not the barker usually when it sees anything. He barks at her when she's getting in trouble.
Oh yeah.
More than anything.
Actually, husky. Loud.
It's black and white. She looks like her coat is. Aw.
That's adorable.
So we have
There's a dog.
Yeah, see, I don't know what breed she is, but she's a pretty dog. I don't know. Our one dog is going to be he has more husky in him, and he's going to be a horse. Like he's big already, and they're only going to be 6 months old in June. And our other dog, Sia, right now, it looks 100% German Shepherd, and she's going to be the one I think that's going to be more intuitive to what she might see and then bark about it. But it would be interesting to see how they would react on an investigation.
Yeah. Max right now, he is a husky, but he's also mixed with a previous. He's mixed with a Rottweiler and a German Shepherd. So, but the weird thing is, his ears aren't up, so he kind of looks like a golden retriever right now, but with like very cool coloring on his back. So it's weird.
Yeah, that's Max. And he's even bigger than that.
This was only a week ago. Yeah, I don't have any.
It's probably been about 3 weeks ago already.
It was April 23rd when I took that.
Yeah.
Linda, I believe that pets, when they pass, they can become ghosts
Mm, I do
if
too.
they feel like sticking around.
Visiting us.
King would visit us. King was our old, he was also a husky mix, he is more black lab than anything. But he was a husky mix with blue coonhound and a whole bunch of other things. He would come visit us in our old house.
You could
Sadly,
feel him jumping up on our bed at night. You could feel the pressure on the bed, and you knew it was him visiting us because it was the same way that King would jump up on our bed.
yeah, and like I said before, that one cat, we don't know what cat it is. It could be our old cat, Shadow. It could be any cat, honestly. But the one cat, it's a pitch black cat, runs up and down the stairs, and then it disappears. And I know a few times I walked into the living room and we were like, Pee-wee, what are you doing here? We look over and it's gone. So I do believe that animals, if they want to, become ghosts.
Yeah, see, Doug and Mel, like our cat, Dee Dee was our cat, very sassy, feisty. Yeah, yeah. This one here, he gets feisty and he gets he's more of a dog than a cat, though. He acts, I should swear that he should have been a dog. And, the cat that comes in our house, we don't know if it was the lady. There was an older lady that lived in this house that passed away before we bought the house. We're thinking that the lady that we see pacing, that it was probably her cat. We don't know that because
It could be Shadow, though, too. I think we have his collar somewhere.
yeah, it could be. It could be. We lost a lot of pets.
So,
Especially in that house.
that house, it was just taking life from everything. We couldn't keep plants alive, animals alive. Pee-wee had a seizure in the same spot that our dog
Yeah.
passed away in. I thought I was going to lose him. Thank God my dad knows a lot about
Helping
medical
animals.
things,
Yeah.
and he was able to save him before it was too late. Because this is my soul cat. Let's see if I can. There he is.
Here's a baby boy.
He's my soul cat.
He's something else. So,
He is definitely spoiled.
okay, is there anything else that anybody wants to ask us? I want to say there's a good conversation going on there between Mal and Douglas, and
There really is.
everybody has their story, which is I love reading these type of things here. And it's sad as everybody says pet's just a pet. Well, when you get a pet and you bring it into your home, they become part of your family. So when they pass, you long for their spirit to come back to you just the same as if you would like to hear from a passed on relative.
Sounds like Stephen King's Pet Cemetery.
It's funny because when we were going to her wedding, on the way going to the place where she got married, there's a regular cemetery, and across the street there's a pet cemetery.
Yeah, I was
And
telling
did
Steve
you
about
see
that.
that?
I was like, that's a Stephen King moment.
Yeah, I like.
It's like there's not truly pets there. And I look, and the sign literally says Pet Cemetery.
Yeah,
and
I
it
think he
says
looked
here.
over at us. He's like, I wonder if someone's goldfish is there.
I told my husband when we were passing it, I said I wouldn't mind stopping there and seeing if we could get any EVPs or anything. Maybe somebody's pet dog will bark at us or a cat will meow.
Yeah,
chirp.
I think it's funny, though, that people think that their animals, when they pass away, can now speak. Some people, they believe that the animal in the life, in the spirit world, can speak to you.
Well, that's the same thing as they say about Christmas time. They say like at 2:00 in the middle of the night on Christmas, something magical is supposed to happen. Your animals are supposed to be able to talk to you. I think it just depends. Yeah, that's. I don't know. I've never heard that happen.
See, I get the dogs barking and everything, but like some people believe that when your dog or your cat or your animal passes away, it can now speak like a human and talk through the spirit box to you or the spirit app. I don't know. I don't believe that. Old family values the story.
You can read it out loud, Gabriella.
Douglas said, I've seen pets buried in old family graveyards. There's sort of a lot of old family plots in New England. I'm in South New Hampshire now.
Hey, we got people coming from
All over the place.
States. That's so cool. I I really wish some of our pets was actually buried in a pet cemetery, or some of our places where we lived had like an area specifically for the pets. Unfortunately, especially the last house that we lived, we lost so many pets and we had to bury them wherever we could find a place in our yard. But the municipality where we lived came, and it's a whole other story we can go on another night. Supposedly purchased a piece of our land. It's the rain. Purchased a piece of our land so they could put in a new sewage line. And when they did that, I think they took some of our pets with them. And it's kind of sad because, pet cemeteries, you can go talk to your pets just like you did to your family. See, what kind of reaction. I think our dog he probably would have cried. He did when he saw us, he would do that cry thing, like, because he was so excited to see. So that would be cool to see if that would happen.
We think that he held on as long as he did. Because of us.
Listening towards it. I think I'm going to see if we can somehow maybe sometime go over there and hit that. I don't know what the rules and regulations are. Some of the cemeteries around here, but we can sneak because investigating cemeteries are pretty cool.
Obviously, it's not as long as it's not a family owned thing. We won't be disrespectful.
Yeah, we wouldn't be disrespectful like that. Definitely not. Yeah, I think a lot of people's backyards turned into pet cemeteries, unfortunately, but at least but see, we lost several fur babies since we moved into the house. That's the sad thing. Our poor Kingy is buried down in South Carolina, and we're up here in Pennsylvania, and we had to leave him behind.
Same with Shadow.
Yeah, and Shadow, and the guinea pigs, and cremated. See, I kind of wish we would have been able to do that. Cremating. Yeah. But I mean, it's just sad, You want to have your pets with you, and we did bring though when we moved up here. We had a couple of his favorite toys, and we have his collar, and so we're pretty sure that he's still here with us. He's just not in body.
Well, it's not a picture, but it's a painting of him.
Yeah, I painted a picture of him, and Gabriella says it's kind of eerie because she says I really captured his eyes because he was a black lab, but he had those really bright baby blue husky eyes. And every time we took him somewhere, he got free stuff. Whether we pull into McDonald's, he gets a free burger. We pull into KFC, he gets a free Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Mhm.
Everywhere we went, they gave him, look at that dog's eyes. So
our favorite ice cream place, they'd give them soggy treats and ice cream when they were out. He lit up everybody. He loved everybody.
I have 3 hamsters and a mama piggy buried in backyard.
Oh.
That sounds like how our backyard was now. We had everything. We had our guinea pigs there. We had our cats. We had, what else? Our dog.
Was the birds? No, the birds.
The birds was up here in Pennsylvania when we lived up here before we moved down there for the first time.
Yeah.
If we had a big property on the middle of nowhere where we had some acreage in it, I would definitely set up an area just for the pets. Just haven't been able to do that. We haven't really.
We.
Hi, Mr. Center of Attention.
Hey. Hey, you. Okay, so nobody needs to see me anyhow. So yeah, okay. Nobody needs to see none of us. All right. Just see your big body. But
Kiwi.
I rent my house and landlords were okay with it. Oh well, that's cool. The only sad thing, like you said though, Willa, you move, you're going to probably only rent for so long. You find a place, you move, you have to leave them behind. But hey, I mean, that's the unfortunate part of life and being a pet owner, I guess. It's sad, but can't really do too much about it.
Been close to 8 years.
Long renting. We lived in a place that we rented for, I think it was about 15 years, and then the landlord all of a sudden sold the house out from underneath us, so we kind of had no choice but to move. And then we moved about 3 or 4 places after that. We had a double wide and a real nice, I hate people, there was this trailer trash. It was a trailer court, but it was a very well kept community trailer court. We lived there for a while, and then we bought a house, and we bought that double wide, and then we moved down to South Carolina, bought our house there, and then when we knew we missed Pennsylvania, we sold that house there and bought this house up here.
He's like, listen, you've got to be center attention.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Pee-wee.
He's so weird because he acts like a cat when we're on live, or like on our videos and whatnot. But in real life, I'm getting fur everywhere. He runs
That's
around.
why I have my hand like this on my coffee.
He runs around like a dog, follows me up the stairs, follows me everywhere, and we'll be like,
Can we lay down? He'll listen to us. He'll lay down. He has one heck of an attitude, though.
Mel said our dogs get either hot dogs or vanilla pup cups on their birthdays. They love those. They definitely do. Go ahead, Gabriella.
Mel said, we had an interesting thing happen one day. I saw the plastic shelf top on the ground had moved, and it was set in cement for a cat's grave, but it was moved, and then 2 weeks later, Nala showed up.
Wow. Very, very cool. And that is very interesting too.
That is.
Wow. I don't think we've had anything like that involving pets.
You mean like a reincarnation?
Like something, anything even
Oh, I mean, when Shadow passed away and that black cat showed out of nowhere, and it was about the same age when
that, yeah.
Yeah, so there was this cat when Shadow passed away, which was one of our birthdays, one of my birthdays. He passed away. When he passed away, there was a cat that was born at our neighbor's house that was born the exact same day Shadow was taken from us. And ironically, that cat kept like staying around in our area, but it was our neighbor's cat, so we couldn't like take him or anything. But it reminded us so much of Shadow, and it even answered to Shadow. So
it was almost like we felt like it was a reincarnation.
Yeah, it was so cool because we would literally look over at it and we'd be like, "Oh my gosh, it looks just like Shadow," and we'd call it and we'd say, "Shadow, come here,"
See, like
and it would come to us.
She said, "Yeah, we were thinking that Garfield reincarnated into Nayla,
Nala.
Naya,
Nala.
Nala.
There's a subject when we come up in the future when we have another live. We'll talk about reincarnation, the afterlife, anything like that. We can have all of your opinions on what you think of that type of stuff.
Douglas said, oh geez, that happened with our apartment before this house. Rented from a friend, and he sold the building to a bank, but didn't tell us at first. He had photographers come in to take photos for insurance, but it was for the bank.
Wow. What's with my eye? Do I look like I have
Have any of you ever had, when you took a photo in your house, image or anything of one of your deceased pets show up on the image by chance? We didn't have a pet show up on an image, but we had a picture of Gabriella when she was little. It looked like angel wings appeared behind her. We think that was her guardian angel or something.
Nala acts a lot like Garfield did. A very chill cat, doesn't bother anyone, anything in his tabby pattern except for some white on her chest.
See, it could be a reincarnated. I mean, I do believe in reincarnation. I believe in a lot of that type of stuff. Of course, I do have Native Indian in my background. And as you know, Indians believe big time in reincarnation.
Like I said, I haven't had past pets show up in photos, but I have friends who have had that happen.
Yeah.
And now that I haven't had that with a pet, but I took a picture of my cat, Jack, and my sister's spirit was right behind him.
Wow. Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's one time too on here. Maybe if you have anybody has any pictures or anything like that that you want to pull up and show us, especially if we have you, if you want to join us live, actual.
I'm not comfortable.
Yeah, I know it's not. Maybe we can bring some pictures and stuff like that up, but we're kind of going on almost 2.5 hours now here. We're probably going to call it here soon because our puppies, they seem to, it doesn't matter what time they go to sleep, they wake up at the crack of dawn every morning.
And I'm getting sleep.
And Abby says she's getting sleepy babies. Are you getting sleepy
Yes.
babies? So, if any of you have anything that you want us to discuss, you can let us know here real quick right now before we leave. Like I said, we'll try maybe Sunday night, Monday, if you guys want us to do another live. This one here is going over better than what Gabriella and I expected. We're just overwhelmed by the love that you guys are all showing us and the support. And it
really makes us happy.
it does touches.
I want to just hug all of you people.
Big group hugs. But so yeah, let us know. It's great. Douglas, Mel, Willa, Linda, everybody that joined here. We cannot thank you enough for making this a very, very special, our first live, extra special for us.
I'm getting tired.
See, we're even making poor Pee Wee tired here. So we're probably going to say goodbye to all of you. Like I said, probably Sunday night or Monday night, then we'll probably maybe try to get another live in.
Yeah.
We'll update you if we can get to a cemetery or somewhere, maybe for a little mini investigation. If you have any suggestions for us, just keep on posting.
He knows when it's bedtime.
It's past Pee Wee's bedtime, I think. But we're probably going to call it a night then, and to thank all of you so very, very much for being part of this night for us. We appreciate it.
You do.
Gabriella, anything you want to say there?
We appreciate all the support and the love that all of you are sharing in the comments.
Oh, thank you, Mel, Willa, Linda, Douglas, all of you guys. Thank you so much.
I never expected to get this much support from anybody.
Yeah.
And we have at least a few people that like us. So
yeah, we were thinking that we were going to come on here. Maybe Abby would show up on it. Where they're like, who's going to show up? And new people start showing up where they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Yeah, we literally thought we were going to have one person, and that was going to be Linda because she was the one who was like,
Let's say hi to Pee Wee. Pee Wee.
Pee Wee, say hi to them. You have to look at them. Hold on. There we go. He's like, I'm so tired, moving.
Okay, everyone. Let's see. Another possible place to check out would be if you have any old foundations or anything. You know what? Right, there's about 2 blocks from us. There's an old building. I don't know if it was an old garage firehouse or what. We're going to try to sneak over there some night, I think, and maybe pull out some equipment and see if we can get
that broken down.
Yeah,
You gotta be careful because there's neighbors that stay out very late over there. Because me and Chase, when we got back from grocery shopping, they were talking on their porches, like really late at night.
Well, we'll see what we can find out, but we'll give you dibs on what we're going to be doing a little ahead of time. And since you guys are subscribers and you tune into us, you'll get a notification of what we're planning on doing. Just keep on checking, and we will chat to you here real soon. Night, Linda and Douglas, Mel, Willa, all of you. Thank you so much for being part of this and making our night special.
We're so glad you could join us. Much love.
Bye.